Hello, everyone, and welcome. Very excited to share with you today. And if you're here, I would invite you to just join me in just taking some breaths to come into the space together. So, inhaling, exhaling deeply. You can either exhale through the mouth, pursed lips, or just through the nose. Doing this one more time with your breath if you can. Great. Thank you so much. So, hi, I'm Trinity Wave, if you don't know me, but I'm a divine healer, belly dance teacher, and video producer. And I'm very excited to talk today about my offering for women that I have. And I'm going to talk more about that in this talk today. And so, if you know my story, you know that I was severely overweight as a child. And sometime between middle school and high school, I lost nearly 60 pounds. And in adulthood, I wrote a book on sustainable weight loss, a zine or ebook. And I'm very grateful to share about the course that I have created. And this is called the Embody Your Goddess course. And this was created partially to help women to reduce belly fat and lose weight, as well as become more confident and more connected to the goddess within. And this is especially great for women who are ready to lose 20 to 30 pounds or consider themselves 20 to 30 pounds overweight. And these women experience, in this course, women experience weekly guided dance, workout videos, meditation, mental training, as well as guided spiritual rituals that I have created. And all of this helps to transform the body, the mind, and the spirit. And I believe this because these practices have worked for me. And I offer this in an online package. It's a 12-week online course for self identifying women who are ready to take this journey to transform in body, mind, and spirit. And let me just take a drink here. So, since this course is connecting to spiritual aspects, I kind of want to share a little bit about my spiritual beliefs so that there can be some clarification on terminology that I use when I'm talking about connecting to spirit. And I think that everyone is allowed to have their own beliefs. And I just want to talk about some of the terminology that I use and why I use it. So I believe in divine source. And I think thus is neither completely masculine or completely feminine. And but I also do align with the feminine divine aspects as well of spirit. And I believe that we all carry our own divine light. And I kind of see it as like a fractal of divine light. And I could even imagine, like, if there was, like, a large, beautiful stained glass window, and there was, like, divine source energy flowing through one end, and kind of we would all be the fractals in that stained glass window. And so I think that we're just divine. And I think that women are beautiful and powerful creators, and I believe that we are so necessary for life to continue here on this planet. And I think that everyone is allowed to choose what they want to believe, and that is great because when I allow myself when I allow other people to do what they're going to do, it allows me to do what I think is best for me. And even the concept of goddess to me is divine. And I think of this in many different ways, but I mean, I could think of a cosmic goddess. I could think of the goddess of the earth. And to me, it's possible to believe that all of these things can and do exist, and it's all divinity and it's all connected. So, and when I think about goddess essence, I think that goddess essence is connected to love. And I think that goddess essence is connected to abundance. And I think that the goddess wants us to enjoy life here on this earthly realm. And I think that the goddess is here for us to connect with her, and if we choose to. And I think that she's open for all of us to connect with her goddess essence. Um, and she also wants respect, so connecting with respecting the goddess. So if one of your goals is to become more confident in the body, or you're desiring to lose weight or reduce belly size, this was one of my goals that I had for much of my life. And I did reach many of my goals, and I'm very grateful for that. And I want to discuss a little bit about body image, since this is kind of something that could be touched on here. And the society that I grew up in, I felt like it seemed to me that there was an obsession over how a woman's body should look. And I'm using kind of like air quotations when I say should. Um, and to me, this created some shame around my body and especially around my belly. And to deconstruct that, I had to realize that that stuff wasn't really true for me. Um, and if I look at goddess statues with, you know, ancient goddess statues, there's like curves on the goddess, and it's very usual for them to have a belly, or a woman to have a belly is kind of natural. So the point I'm making here is that there's nothing inherently wrong with anyone's body. Okay, if this is something that I've learned that I wanted to share. And eventually, along my weight loss journey, I had to switch my mindset, or I chose to switch my mindset from this kind of like worrying about what others thought of my body to a mindset of health. And so over time, I began to ask myself, like, is my body healthy? And making choices that aligned with that kind of thought mindset instead of the other one. And now I believe my body is healthy. And over time and over progression of working through that, I became stronger and more fit. And again, I changed my mindset beyond health to fitness. And so now I have a fit body, and I'm grateful that I'm able to do many things that I love with freedom, ease, and grace, such as dancing. Dancing is one of my favorite things to do. And so now I'm fit enough to be able to dance beautifully and with grace and coordination. And so this idea leads me to another idea. Let me take a drink here. So this leads me to the idea of just doing one's best to improve personal development. And I believe that each one has their own gifts, beauty, and divine essence. And so an example I'm going to give here, which I think I've heard somebody else say this, but it's very true for me too. So if I was in a group dance class, if we all were just learning, if we just had one move to learn, if I spent my time and my energy just learning this move and focusing my energy on me learning this move, um, to allow myself to shine. If everyone in the class did that, then at the end, I believe that we would all look great. Okay, and all I'm saying here is that I do the best that I can do, and it has nothing to do with what other people are doing. And the more I focus on helping myself, the less bothered I am if other people are doing quote unquote better than I am. Like what is better? But it's like stars in the sky, right? There's enough space in the sky for all of them to shine, and they can shine as brightly as they want to. And we don't need to compare stars to stars, okay? We're all stars. So I think that this kind of leads me into the magic of the course that I've created. And this is the Embody Your Goddess course. And I created this with holistic concepts of seeing the being as having many layers. So, actively connecting the body, the mind, and the spirit to the changes that one wants to see in life. And I think that when one starts doing this, that one can see changes and progression on multiple levels, and powerful shifts can occur. So the magic of this course, so for me, I've kind of like I've done a little recalibrating here. So I have like an ascending triangle of the course and a descending triangle of the course. So this is kind of connecting the masculine and feminine aspects of the self together to become more balanced, to feel more whole within the self. And this connects to the magic of the course because the ascending triangle can help move one up to their vision, and the feminine triangle can connect one down to the goddess essence on earth. So, briefly discussing just the idea of knowledge and wisdom here. And this is not a be all end all um, definition at all. So, be aware of that. But knowledge, kind of like a briefly just knowing what is best for oneself. Wisdom, in a nutshell, actions or inactions necessary to be in alignment with that knowledge. So I'm going to say that again and a little bit slower. Knowledge, knowing what is best for oneself. Wisdom, actions or inactions necessary to be in alignment with that knowledge. Now, sometimes action is needed to change the vision into reality. Not always, but sometimes. And with consistency to this action, I believe that consistency creates the progression that one wants to see with results. So this is why consistency is important and not just like one action. So for example, if a bodybuilder wanted to, get this great body and they were just starting out, they wouldn't do one workout and the next day expect to have a transformed body, right? It's the consistency of showing up to the workouts that creates the results that they want. And so that's what I've already built into this course. So scheduled, consistent action steps daily. And this is already built into the activities calendar that I have for this course. And the vast majority of this is already pre recorded in a video format. And over the week, it includes all aspects of body, mind, and spirit already built into this course. And I have built in some rest days as well into the activities calendar. So lots of balanced things there, action and action. So, making it so much easier to show up for the mental, emotional, physical, spiritual aspects consistently. And the other part of this ascending triangle is so we have action, consistency, and choice. So, choice is we have the ability to choose our destination or the result that we want in our life. And this might look different for different people. Um, So the next choice after that would be, am I going to go after what I want or am I going to leave it up to chance? And this is an important choice to make because, for instance, say I had a destination that I wanted to go to. I want to go to Costa Rica. And I can say that, but if I don't make steps to get there, like making travel arrangements or talking with people, what do you think the likelihood that I'm going to get there is? Well, it probably gets lower and lower if I continue to not take steps to arrange to be there. So if anybody has a plane ticket that they want to gift me or, if there's a boat out there that wants me to be, on a crew, let me know. But otherwise, I've been looking at flights, I've been price searching, adding it to my wish list, talking to travel agents, talking to people in my circle that this is what I want. And all I'm saying with this is that if there are things that you want in life that you don't yet have, I'm here to tell you that you have the power to start taking the next step to become in alignment with the result that you want. And even if it's small. So for example, writing an email to someone about what you want, adding a vegetable to your dinner, even in those first baby steps, there's power of taking the action or inaction. So I think there's also a balance here too, of course. So like between action and surrender and action and rest. And I'll touch more on this later, but I want to go here and talk a little bit about exercise now and just talk about a little bit about what kinds of exercises that this course includes. So I wrote a book on sustainable weight loss, and in that I go into the method that worked for me that incorporates a mixture of cardiovascular training, strength training, and stretching for best results. And so talking a little bit about cardio in this course and just in general, cardio is great for increasing heart rate, getting the blood pumping, allowing circulation to flow through the body. And this also includes improving mood and mental clarity. So, those are great bonuses to this. And this happens a variety of ways in the Embody Your Goddess course. There are scheduled dancing, walking, hiking, and other dynamic movements. And I've included fitness dancing and belly dance classes and other videos here in this course. And the next is strength training. So, this is increasing strength in the muscles. And this also helps boost metabolism to burn more fat than cardio, which is great. And so there is a weekly strength training class in this course, and we start off with no weights and we move up to small weights, and then we move up to larger weights towards the end of the course. So, towards the end of the course, and it's a pretty gradual progression over the 12 weeks. So, and this last little aspect of the exercise that I want to talk about is the stretching component. And maybe you know yoga is really great for the body. Um, it's also it's also a great way to teach the practitioner how to drop in more deeply into the body and into awareness, connecting to the parasympathetic system. So this involves the nervous system and the ability to rest and digest, as they say, relax, the ability to relax a little bit more so that you're not in the flight and fight kind of response. And stretching also helps increase mobility, prevents injury, and improves sleep, among other things. And I offer at least one yoga class a week in this course. So, this combination of strength training as well as dancing and yoga does a great job of creating really beautiful shapes in the body. And it can also help reduce the body size and also just feel more sexier and confident in the body. And I believe that by completing this course, this can help one show up more consistently to healthy exercise routines in the long term. So, moving on to the mental aspects of this course. So, I offer guided meditation as a part of this course, and I like to sprinkle those in during the week. And I also offer a self meditation class that can get people comfortable with that. So, Introduction to Self Meditation, it's a class that goes on during the course, and it's early on so that people can use that self care tool. So, now that I've talked about the ascending triangle, I would also like to talk about the feminine magic, of course, and how to bring some of this divine femininity into life. So, number one here is learning to love your divine feminine self. I love this. You are so worthy of love. You are worthy of self care, taking care of the physical body, creating healthy boundaries, and nourishing your spirit. And I also believe in the power of affirmations to help align the mind to the changes that one wants to see in life. And I think that this is also great to help attune the mind to more loving thoughts, more positive feelings about the self and the body. And in this course, I include a variety of affirmations, such as goddess affirmations, confidence affirmations, dream body affirmations, and wealth affirmations. And I've also created a system to help you create your own affirmations during this course to help you align your mind to the changes that you want. And the second aspect of this divine feminine triangle is connecting to divine goddess spirituality. So, this is another reason why I offer this course, is because I want to help women connect to their own spirituality and their soul's calling. And I believe that we are all spiritual beings having a physical experience. And I believe that we can all connect with our soul's purpose here on this planet, and believe that once we align with our highest path and continue on that path, then our soul begins to journey to self actualization where one can experience higher states of love, joy, bliss, ecstasy, and daily reality. So with this goddess spirituality, in this course, I offer weekly goddess rituals, and sometimes they connect to mythological goddesses from around the world, such as Kuan Yin and Diana. And I also connect to some of the feminine archetypes of the tarot, such as the High Priestess and the Empress. And these are all ways of connecting to divine goddess essence, and this can help one connect to the goddess within. And so going to the little last part of this divine feminine triangle, um, talking about sharing one's thoughts and feelings in the course with the circle. And so, this is a weekly invitation to the participants in the course during the 12 weeks to join via Zoom to Goddess Circle to connect, to talk to what's been going on with everyone during the week and what's been challenging um, during the course, and a space to share your heart, and also offer participants some time to be able to talk about, um, if how their goddess ritual went. And to me, this is a great way to connect with everyone, and it's really fulfilling, I believe, and I'm grateful to have this aspect of the course. So, if you choose to join the course and are accepted, you will be welcomed into the circle, and you would be a divine and magical part of the whole, and just as everyone else is who joins the circle. And this is not to say that you are not already a divine woman, because I'm sure you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. But this is just more of creating beautiful sacred space between us. And I recently did an in-depth live stream about the three feminine principles, but I want to just talk about some of these principles briefly so that you can connect to some of these concepts related to the course. So, talking about desire, people create goals because they have a desire. If you don't have that piece, it's like, what's the use in creating a goal? So, I believe that this is possible to become interested in one's own desires and to being open to honoring our desires in healthy ways. For example, we could talk about chocolate. I love chocolate. I always have. And I may desire chocolate throughout my day, but I know that if I eat too much of it, I'll probably feel sick. But if I know that I have a desire for chocolate and I also know that too much of it makes me feel sick, then I can allow myself to have a little bit daily, and that's okay. So in this way, I'm not denying my love for chocolate, and but by keeping it in a healthy amount that makes me feel good about myself. This leads me to the idea of allowing, which is the next feminine principle. And so allowing is just giving oneself permission to be, express, or act in certain ways. And this can be for oneself or others. And to me, I can even connect this idea of allowing to emotions because I, in my past, I didn't feel safe to even sometimes feel my emotions. And now I can allow myself to feel what is going on. And some examples here of negative emotions um, could be like sadness, fear, anger. So these are human emotions and they're natural. These are all natural emotions. And I'm not saying that it's easy to feel any of these things or that we need to like dwell in them. I'm not saying that. Far from it. But what I'm saying is there's a likelihood of being able to accept that this is how one feels and learning about more about oneself and the message behind this emotion, and then being able to flow through that more easily with more grace and understanding rather than just denying it. And when I was young, I was rewarded for being tough, and to me that meant that I d- I shouldn't show emotion. And so this created a chain of events where I just stopped trying to show any emotion. And now, luckily, I can accept kind of what emotion is coming up generally. And I can own, where it came from generally. And many times I can bring compassion to myself and my experience rather than just suppressing it or denying it. And imagine that this principle of allowing is like opening a door. So if you want to enjoy the bed in your home, you might need to open the door, especially if you're outside. So this is kind of the idea of allowing. And so after desiring and allowing, one can be in a space to be open to receiving. And this is the last little part of this talk that I'm going to go into before talking about, more of the details of this. But so receiving is this aspect, and a mantra or affirmation that you can use if you want to repeat this, you can. If you want to just think about it or listen to it, you're welcome to as well. I am open to receiving what I desire. I am open to receiving what I desire. And I have another one here. I am worthy of receiving all that helps me thrive. I am worthy of receiving all that helps me thrive. So, as always, anything that I say is just a suggestion. You can take what works and leave what doesn't. And part of that letting go is good because releasing the grip on attachments to receiving this idea of receiving can help free one energetically. And This connects to also the idea that could be helpful for participants who want certain results in the course. So, for example, if a participant wanted to, well, I guess what I'm saying here is that if you wanted to lose like 20 pounds or you wanted to like fit into a certain dress or you have some goal, um, a reasonable a reasonable goal in a certain amount of time, um, it's it's fine to be able to visualize your body if you want a toned or sleeker body. It's totally fine to visualize yourself doing that. But instead of just like day in and day out, like just focusing on that end goal, trying to give yourself some space to be open to learning, to accept and love yourself just as you are. And not only does this give one kind of this breathing room that I was talking about, but I believe this also just attracts what you want more to yourself naturally. So, thank you if you've made it to this part of the talk so far. And I do just want to give a little few more details about this course if you're interested. So there are a limited number of spaces on this course, and the last day to apply for this course is March 15th of this year, 2024. And the course is scheduled to start on the 17th of March, 2024. So if you are interested in this, I hope you will fill out an application, and after you do, we can schedule a time to chat via phone. If you're interested in pricing this course, you can check it out on my website. And I also have a number of scholarships available, a small number of scholarships available. And these are inclusive scholarships. So African American sisters are also encouraged to apply for these. Um, if you need some time when you're doing the application, to write down some answers, and if you need like 24 to 48 hours before submitting your application, that's fine. Um, oh, I'm sorry. If you need like a day or two to like think about your answers, that's totally fine. But within 24 to 48 hours of submitting your application, I plan to be in touch with you, um, to make an appointment to talk about our Goddess Pathway call, which is approximately a half hour or less. And just for the course, I ask that Goddess participants strive to meet at least 80% of the course activities and to be initiated into this Goddess Circle. I would love to have you there, and I believe you'll be so happy once you made it too. And if you are ready to take this next step to the changes that you want to see, please go to my website and fill out the application. That's trinitywavedesigns.com. That's TRINITYWAVEDESIGNS.com. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about this opportunity. And as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Have a great day. Bye.